This is Recovery with Pastor Kent. And the 18th, eh? I understand. We humbly ask Him to remove our shortcomings. Step 7. Once we are entirely ready to have God remove our character defects, many of us are eternally ready. Ironically, what's the trouble really starts. The more we struggle to get rid of ourselves, the more practical defects and strong that shortcoming seems to become. It is truly humbling to realize that only are we powerless over our addiction, but even over our defects of character. Finally, it clicks. The 7th step doesn't suggest that we get rid of ourselves or our shortcomings. It asks our higher power to get rid of them. The focus on the daily prayers depends on shift, admitting our inability to protect ourselves. We plead to our higher power, to us, that we cannot do it for ourselves. For many days, our programs stay on the 7th step. We may experience no sudden total relief from defects. When we do experience a subtle shift in our principles, in our practices of ourselves and others, though the eyes of the 7th step, we begin to use those around us to use critical ways. We know what, just like many of them are struggling with shortcomings, they want daily love to get rid of it. We know that just like us, they are powerless over our defects. We wonder if they too humbly pray to have their defects removed. We begin eventually ourselves, and we have learned to evaluate ourselves with the empathy, bored, and humanity as we watch ourselves, and as we watch ourselves, we can finally say, I understand. God, help me to see through the eyes of step 7. Help me understand. Step 6 through 8 are all about finding ourselves, because our addiction has messed up our heads and screwed it up completely. And messed us so far up that to actually live reality, we don't know how to do that. Well, there are some shortcomings that you want. The ability to fight, the ability to stand up for yourself, the ability to be aggressive in certain situations. See, there's aggressive personalities, and then there's possessive personalities, and then there's passive personalities. Well, you want to be an aggressive type, but not an overbearing aggressive type. So it's okay to stand up for your rights and say, I don't believe in that. You know, it's okay to stand up for that. You know, um, nobody, nobody, but nobody has the right to tell you how to feel, how to be, and where to go. You tell them simply, okay, because um, nobody has the right to tell you how you feel. Oh, one of the topics and things that I hate the most is I know exactly how you feel. Oh, I just want to go through the screen and punch them in the mouth because they don't know how I feel. They're not me. And um, and we have to understand that the way of the world is gone way amok. Okay, and we as addicts, the stigmatization and the stereotypical crap that people believe when you tell them you're an addict, they automatically think of a drug addict stuck in an alley with a needle stuck out of their arm. Man, I know so many addicts that never even used heroin, um, never once used drugs of a high caliber. All they ever did was drink excessively. So, does that make them not an addict? No. The definition of addiction is something that you can't control that controls you. So, if you have an addictive personality and you have pain pills and they control you and they tell you when you're going to take them, that's an addiction, and that's an addictive personality, and you need to fix that. It's part of our character defects. Okay, one of my character defects that I kept was my stubborn and pig-headedness, because um, I also understand that there's sometimes that I have to back off, you know, because it upsets people, you know, and pisses people off. And that's not what I want to do. I want to help those in need. May God bless and keep you in all you do, in all you say.